Hello and welcome. Today I am taking up a question asked by Madhu, and she says, "Hey Raghav, could you do a video on how to negotiate salary?" Madhu, thank you so much for this question, and this is a very important question, and I believe this is relevant to all of us. Whenever we go for any interview, the last part is to discuss about the salaries, and if you can do better negotiations, it will be very good, because if you are going to stay in that organization, in that company for a long time, this is the best time where you discuss and get what you really need, so that you do not have to worry for the next coming few years. So this is very important. Now I will give you some points and you can analyze those. I will also need your suggestions in the comments. So to start with, whenever you go for an interview, you will have some rounds, some technical or maybe some non-technical rounds, and you will know how you have performed. So you will have confidence if you have performed very well, and based on that you will be in a better position to negotiate. So the first thing is, always prepare very well for your interview, and before even going for the interview, understand and read the job description very carefully. In any job, there will be some set of skills, technologies and tools which will be primarily required for that particular position, and which will be like a mandatory set of skills. So make sure that you have most of those skills, and if you have to learn something before the interview, do that and mention and highlight those skills in your resume, which will make a lot of difference. And of course, study well so that your interviews goes very well. Now the other thing is, your salary negotiations also depend a lot on the skills and experience you have. Suppose you have some very common skills, for example, Selenium Java is something a lot of people know, and it becomes a very common skill. And if you have that skill and you go for an interview, even if you get selected, you may have a very low range for doing negotiations, and there will be a budget set and you will have to accept something within that range. But if you have some really good skills which is not very common and some rare skills, then you will always have better option to negotiate well. So go through the job description, and whenever you see something, some tools, some technology, some skills which you believe is required in the job and is not very common, it will always make a huge difference if you learn those skills and then go for the interview. So take this thing in mind. The other thing is, uh, it will also depend on the number of people the company requires. For example, let us say the company requires 5 Selenium Java engineers. In that case, the HR will have a total budget to hire these 5 engineers, and there will be a total budget the HR can have. And then when you go for your final negotiation part, based on your interview, based on your performance, based on your skills, based on your past experience, you can always negotiate and you can say what is your expectation. Now at this moment, if the HR asks you that what is your expectation, how much you need, you should come with a, a number or a range, but then you should always have some analysis done beforehand. And this analysis would be that you have checked what is the company about, what is the roles, what are the roles, and what is the average salary. You can come to know about this using some online portals like payscale.com, glassdoor.com. So you can see what is the current market average salaries for that particular profile, the skills and the number of years of experience. So based on that, you can say that this is what I need, this is what I expect, and then you can give some you can discuss your analysis as well. Now in general, you can expect a hike of between 20-25% to 70-80 or even 100% from your current CTC. And the range is so wide because, as I said, that it will all depend on your number of years of experience, your skill, how relevant is your skill to that job, and how common or rare are the skills that you know. So based on that, they can be a huge range. You can expect anywhere between 20-25% to 70-80-90 or even 100% hike. Average hike can be around 40%, so you can always expect that, and you can negotiate accordingly, that you have a current CTC of this much, and then you are expecting to go to that particular range of your CTC. Now Saying all this, I have come to know that some people try to do a different kind of a process to get higher salaries, and that is they go to an organization, give the interview, they get selected, and then they accept whatever the HR is offering without doing any negotiations. They just accept what they get, and then they start the process again in a different company. They go to a different company and say that, okay, I'm already getting this offer, so if you can get me something better than this, then I can join. And they get something better on that, and then they come again to the first company and they say that, okay, I have got this offer from a second company, and if I can get better than this, then I will join your company. In my suggestion, I would request you not to do this, because whenever a company or organization has invested in your interview process and they have selected you and they are waiting for you, they have made all the arrangements, and at the last moment you go there and say that I cannot join, or I can only join if you give me a better hike from the earlier offer that you are already getting, it may become a difficult for the organization, because they are waiting for you, they have some things already arranged, and it will be difficult for them to make changes at the last moment. So I will suggest you that you do better negotiations at the first place and get what you are looking for based on your performance, based on your skills, and then go for that job and stay in that job for some time. Unless you have some real good reason to leave it, stay in that job and then learn new things. I hope this was useful for you. If you have any of your experiences or any suggestions, let me know in the comment section below, and I will see you soon. Thank you for watching, and never stop learning.